Okay, so I want to have a method for teaching people how to solve the Rubik's Cube with as little memorization as possible. Okay, so first, let me just some cube basics. Okay, so with the Rubik's Cube, you have three different types of pieces. Okay, you have corner pieces, which have three sides. Okay, you have side edge pieces, which have two sides. Okay, and you have center pieces, which have one side. Okay, so there are 8 corner pieces that need to be solved, and there are 12 edge pieces that need to be solved. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. The center pieces don't need to be solved because they never move. So all of the pieces rotate around the center pieces. See, so the center pieces never really move. So every side, whatever the center piece is, that's the color that this side is going to be when the cube is solved. So when the cube is solved, this is going to be white, this is going to be blue, this is going to be orange, and so forth. Okay. One last thing about learning kind of cube basics is the colors. So the colors are not random. They are the same in every official cube variant, okay? So you have white is always opposite yellow, okay? They're always opposite each other. The cool colors, blue and green, are always opposite each other. And the hot colors, orange and red, are always opposite each other, okay? And no matter what, you're going to have a red, white, and blue. Just easy to remember, right? If you love America, red, white, and blue, they're always going to be in that order. So red, white, and blue, and then the other three are going to solve in relation to those because they're going to be opposites. If that makes sense, okay? So to solve the cube, what we're going to do is, to keep it easy, is we're going to solve white on the bottom and yellow on the top, okay? And the way we're going to solve it is we're going to solve first the bottom layer. We're going to solve this completely. So instead of solving 6 sides, we're going to solve like a cake, okay? So we're first going to solve the bottom. So that's going to be all white. And then this will be all orange to match up with the orange, all blue, and all red, right? So once that is solved, this bottom layer will be solved. The next thing we're going to do is solve these 4 edge pieces in the middle, okay? Then the bottom 2 layers will be solved. And then we're going to solve the top layer, okay? That's the layout. So in order to solve this, the easiest way is first to look at the yellow side, and we're going to make a daisy out of the yellow side, okay? A daisy, think of a flower, is going to have a yellow middle and 4 white petals, okay? We're not concerned about these corners at all, so you can just ignore the corners for now. We just want, to do the first step, we want yellow on top and then white, 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 white edges, okay? And the easiest way to do this is to think of the top as like think of it like a street, okay? And you have houses along the side on this side, and you have houses along the side on this side, and you can park your cars, which are going to be your pedals, right? You can park your cars on the side of the street, but not in the middle, right? Obviously, just like any neighborhood, okay? So in this case, we already have 1 white fixed, so we only need to do 3 other ones, okay? So what we're going to do is look around to see, are there any other white edges? So here's one right here. So to get this white edge up on the top, we first need to get this white edge, if I'm looking at this side, on the side, on one of the 2 sides, okay? Doesn't matter which side, but either side, okay? And then we want to park it up on the top, okay? Now in this case, if I park it up on the top, I actually don't have a parking space for it here because I'm going to ruin the white one I already have, okay? So to get this up on the top, I need to move this car out of the way to create a parking space, and then I'm going to move this car up. Okay, now we have 2. So now I'm going to look around the cube to see, oh, here's a couple other ones. So this one, white, is already on the side, but I can't put it here because there's no parking space. So I'm going to create an empty parking space and move this one up. Okay, and now I have this one that needs to go on the top. And this looks pretty complicated, but remember, the first thing you want to do is get this one on the side, okay? And then just create a parking space for it up top and bring it up, okay? And now we have our daisy, okay? So that's step 1. Step 2 is I want to create a white cross on the bottom. So I'm going to bring, basically, remember, this is the bottom, this is the top. Okay, because we're solving white on the bottom. I just want to take these white ones down to the bottom. So the easiest way to do that is just to do a double turn on whatever side that is, and it'll bring the white one to the bottom. But I need the white one to be matched with the color. Remember, because we're going to solve the bottom completely, and the colors need to be matched up. So we're going to match up the side of whatever this petal is that we're going to solve for, the daisy petal, with the correct color. Okay, so this is green. I need to match this with the green side. There it is. And now I can take this white and green to the bottom, and notice that that is solved. This is where this piece actually belongs. If the cube was solved, this is where it goes. Okay, so let's do this one now. So this one's white and blue, so I need to put this on the blue side and take it to the bottom. So see, solved and solved. So again, white on the bottom. Okay, now we're going to do this red one. Okay, to the bottom, and this orange one, match it, put it on the bottom. Okay, so now we have our white cross. And again, this doesn't matter because we're not paying any attention to the corners, okay? We're just looking to see, is our white cross solved? So green, orange, blue, and red. They all match. They're all correct, okay? So those are the first 2 steps, okay? Now, for the rest of the cube, we need to learn an algorithm, okay? An algorithm is just a sequence of moves that you memorize. This sequence of moves is very easy. It's called the sexy move, okay? And when you're holding the cube, so every side, if I move this side like this, okay, what I'm doing is I'm facing the cube. This is the right side of the cube. And if I move it like this, if I pretended this was a clock, that would be a clockwise move. See, clockwise. Okay, that's a clockwise move. Okay. If I look at the top and I move it like this, that is a clockwise move, right? This is a counterclockwise move. Okay, so clockwise, counterclockwise. Every move is, whether it's clockwise or counterclockwise, is based on whether I'm looking at that face. So this is clockwise, counterclockwise. This is clockwise, counterclockwise, okay? And this move is basically, the sexy move is only the right side and the top side, okay? If we're gonna do a right sexy move. So it's clockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, counterclockwise. Okay, that's the sexy move, okay? And notice it doesn't mess up any of my cross at the bottom, right? I could do this move 100 times in any location. Clock, clock, counter, counter. See, nothing's changed. I can rotate the cube around. Clock, clock, counter, counter. Nothing has changed, right? Clock, clock, counter, counter. Okay? It's a way to move pieces, corner pieces and top pieces around without messing up your bottom at all, okay? Clock, clock, counter, counter. That's the sexy move. Clock, clock, counter, counter. I can do it from any side. Clock, clock, counter, counter. And see, it never messes up my cross, okay? clock, clock, counter, counter. Okay? Now, the other move you need to learn is its mirror image, okay? So if the right sexy move is clock, clock, counter, counter, the left sexy move is counter, counter, clock, clock. See? Counter, counter, clock, clock. Counter, counter, clock, clock. And again, nothing messes up my white cross on the bottom. Counter, counter, clock, clock. So easy way to remember too, if you're not a fan of the clock and counters, is just I'm pushing this to the back. Whatever side that I start on, I start by pushing this to the back. Okay? See? Push to the back. No matter which side I start on, that's the way the sexy move starts. So clock, clock, counter, counter, or counter, counter, clock, clock. Okay? And I'm using kind of these, finger moves to make it easy for me and fast, but there's nothing wrong with clock, clock, counter, counter. It just takes a little bit longer, okay? So once you have that, that's literally all you need to learn to solve the entire cube, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do, since we have our cross, is I now have to solve these four corners, okay? And so to solve the four corners, I need to look for, I'm looking for white pieces, okay? But I'm looking for them in the top, okay? So I have one here in the top. And for me, in my cube, that's the only one I have on the top. If I didn't have any on the top, I would have to find one. So let's say this one. And to get it on the top, okay, I am, to get this cube on the top, okay, I clock, clock, counter, counter, see? And now it's on the top. Does that make sense? Here's another one that's on the bottom. To get it to the top, I'm just gonna go clock, clock, counter, counter. Sexy move, see? So that brings something from the bottom and puts it on the top. It also can take something on the top and put it on the bottom, okay? So now I have, so again, to solve this, I just need to look for a cube on the top, a corner cube, okay, that has white on it. And I'm gonna prefer that it be on the side. So see, if it's on the top, I really can't use it for now, okay? So if it's on the side, that's what I'm looking for. And what I'm gonna look for, it can be on this side or on this side, doesn't matter, okay? But what I'm looking for is, where does this go? So this is a white, we know is on the bottom. So this is a blue and orange. So what I wanna do is I wanna put it above where it belongs. So this blue and orange and white, I know belongs here. See, blue, orange, and white. I know this cube belongs right here, okay? Because those are the colors. So because I know it belongs here, I'm gonna move that blue, orange, and white cube on top of where it belongs, okay? I wanna get this cube down here. So I'll put it in position on the top. And then I'm gonna see, okay, what side is this facing, okay? So if it's either gonna be facing left or it's gonna be facing right, okay? If it's facing left, I'm gonna put it on the left and I'm gonna do the left sexy move, okay? Which is counter, counter, clock, clock, okay? And notice now it's right where it belongs, okay? So let's do another one. So in this case, I have two white cubes on the top. However, neither one of them is on the side. So they're both facing up. So that means I'm gonna need to do an extra move, okay? I'm gonna need to do a couple of sexy moves to get this the right way, okay? So I'm gonna put it in this case, in the top right. Doesn't matter where it's located, okay? It could be anywhere, okay? And I don't wanna put it above a spot that's already fixed, okay? Because if I do it on top of this spot, it's gonna mess this cube up, okay? So I'm gonna put it on top of a spot that is not fixed, okay? And I'm gonna do the sexy move a couple of times, okay? 1, 2, okay? 2 times, that's all I have to do. And now it's on the top and the white is on the side, which is now I can use it, okay? So I want to put this in the right spot. So this is red and blue and white. So I need to put it on top of the red and blue and white position. It goes down here, okay? And now I'm going to look at it. Is the white on the side? Yes, so I can use it. What side is it facing? It's facing the right. So I'm going to put it on the right, and I'm going to do a right sexy move, okay? Clock, clock, counter, counter. And see, I fixed it, okay? Let's find another one. Here's red and green and white. So I'm going to put this on top of the red, green, and white position. It's on the top. It's facing, is it on the side? Yes, so I can use it. It's facing the left, so I'm going to put it on the left, and I'm going to do the left sexy move. Counter, counter, clock, clock. Okay, and it's fixed. And now I have one left. Here it is. It's facing the top, so I can't use it yet. So I'm going to put it on top of any open spot, that's the last one, so that's the only one I have. I'm going to do the sexy move twice. 1, 2. Okay. Now it's on the side. So orange and green, orange and green. I put it above where it goes. It's facing the right side, so I can use it. It's facing the right, so I put it on the right, and I do the right sexy move. Clock, clock, counter, counter. And now it's fixed. And now my whole bottom is fixed. I solved my white cross. I solved my 4 corners. And I want to check and see, are they all the colors right? So here's the blue side, they're all blue. Here's the red side, they're all red. Here's the green side, they're all green. Here's the orange side, they're all orange. So I have now a solved bottom, okay? All right, next, I want to solve these 4 edge pieces, okay? Oh, this one is already solved, lucky me. This one is already solved, lucky me. These 2 are not solved, okay? So to solve these, I'm first going to look for pieces on the top, these edge pieces. I'm only looking at these 4 pieces, and I want to find a piece that is not yellow, okay? Because if it's yellow, it belongs up here. If it's not yellow, it doesn't belong up here. So red and green. So what I'm going to do to solve this is I'm going to take this side piece, which is green, and I'm going to put it on top of the green side. Okay, and now I have to decide, is this piece going this way to solve there, or is it going this way to solve here? Okay, so that's wrong. This piece needs to come here, okay? So the way I'm going to solve for this is I'm going to face the piece, the side that's matched up with the color. That's right. So I'm going to match it up. And I'm going to say, okay, so it needs to come here. So to solve for this, first, because it's coming to the left side, I'm going to do a left sexy move here. But first, I need to push this piece away from where it goes, okay? So I'm going to push it away from where it goes. So it's not coming to, it's supposed to come to the left this way, okay? So first, I'm going to push it away from where it goes, putting it here. I'm going to do the left sexy move like this. Okay? And now, I'm like, oh no. But I just have one messed up corner now, and I just need to fix my corner. So this is red and green and white. Oh, it's already above where it needs to go. See? It just needs to come down here. It's on the side, so I can use it. And it's facing the right, so I'm going to do the right sexy move here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I fixed it. And boom, that piece that I was trying to fix is now in the right spot. Okay? Okay, bye. Got it. Okay. So then now I'm going to go back to the top. I'm going to look for any edge pieces that don't have yellow in them. So this one has yellow, this one has yellow, this one has yellow, this one does not have yellow. So let's work on fixing this one. So green and orange. So first I'm going to match this side to the right side. There it is. And I'm going to see, is it going to the left to solve? Yes. Okay. So I'm going to push it away from where it goes. Because it's going to the left, I'm going to do the left sexy move here. And then I'm going to fix this corner piece that I just messed up. So orange and green and white. White is on the side, I can use it. White is facing right, so I'm going to put it on the right and do the right sexy move. Clock, clock, counter, counter. And now I've fixed that piece. And in my case, that completed all 4 because I already had 2 done, right? So now the bottom 2 layers of the cube are solved. Okay? So now, 2/3 of the way there. So now what I want to do is I want to get a yellow cross on the top. Now in my case, I'm already done, okay? Which is great. But let's fix it to where that's not the case, okay? So you're either going to have on the top one of 3, well, you're going to have one of 4 cases. So one, you could already have a yellow cross, which I already showed you. You could have a line, okay? You could have there's the yellow cross. You could have a 9 o'clock, okay? Like think of this as a clock, right? This is 9 o'clock, right? Or a line, or a cross, or or I could have a dot, okay? So those are my 4 cases. I could have a dot, I could have a line, or I could have a 9 o'clock, or I could already be done with this step, okay? So either way, it doesn't matter. We're gonna do the same thing in every case. If it's the dot, it doesn't matter which way you hold it because no matter which way you hold it, it's a dot, okay? You're gonna do whatever way you're holding it, you're gonna do the front face, turn it clockwise, okay? Then you're going to do the right sexy move, clock, clock, counter, counter, and then you're going to undo the front move that you did, okay? Now, and then you're going to get a different case, okay? So in this case, it was a dot. Now it is a 9 o'clock. So it's not 3 o'clock. It's not 3:30, okay? It's not 8:30, okay? It's 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to front clockwise. So think of this like locking and unlocking a door, right? So we're going to unlock the door, right sexy move, and then lock the door back, okay? If it's a line, the line has to be horizontal. If you do it this way, you're not going to get where you want to go. Okay? So horizontal line. So either a dot, 9 o'clock, or horizontal line. So horizontal line, again, we're going to unlock the door, right sexy move, and then lock the door again. And then now we have our cross, okay? So, an easy way to remember this is just, hey, we did a white cross on the bottom, so now we're doing a yellow cross on the top, right? Okay, so now what we want to do is the next step, okay? Don't worry about all these pieces here are mismatched, right? We're going to solve that. So what we want to do is we want to get these corners in the correct position, okay? So this corner is yellow, green, and red, okay? So if I move it here, it's now in the correct position, see? So yellow, green, and red, even though it's not twisted properly, it's still in the right spot. And that's what I'm after. I want all of these to be in the right spot, okay? So this one is in the right spot. This one is also in the right spot, see? Red, blue, and yellow. Red, blue, and yellow side, it's correct, okay? This one, orange, green, and yellow, it is in the wrong spot, okay? And this one, orange, blue, and yellow, it is in the wrong spot. So these are in the right spot, these are in the wrong spot. So what I need to do is I need to switch the position of these two, okay? So the way to do that is I'm going to put the ones that are correct, okay? And if you don't have it, if you only have one that's correct, that's fine. Just put it on the left, on the left. The ones that are correct on the left, okay? And then we're going to do this sequence of moves, okay? So we're going to do the right sexy move 3 times, okay? 1, 2, 3. Okay? And then we're going to rotate the cube 1/4 turn to the left. Okay? And then we're going to do the left sexy move 3 times. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Now, let's see what I have that's correct. So here's blue and orange and yellow. Let's make that one correct. Oh, and now it's even twisted the right way. This one is orange, green. That's correct. This one is red and green. It's correct and even lined up the right way. And this one is blue and green. And it's correct, but just not lined up in the right way. Okay. So all of the corners are in their correct position. They just need, a couple need help being twisted around, right? So to twist these around, we're going to turn the cube upside down. So now white on the top. And I'm going to put, so this cube is already good. It doesn't need any help, okay? So I don't need to work on this one, okay? This one is not correct, okay? So this is the first one I'm going to work on. So here's what's important about this step is you put the cube that you want to work on in the bottom right. And in this case, the face that I'm looking at is red, okay? I'm going to remember that red always needs to stay in the front. So for this move, for this step, okay, red is always going to face me because that's the side that I started on, okay? If I started on this cube, which I could, I would start on the orange side, then orange would face me the whole time, okay? In fact, let's just do that to make it easy, okay? So orange is going to face me this whole time, and I'm going to work on this first. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to do the right sexy move until this yellow is face down and oriented the way that I want it to be, okay? Yellow down, okay? So let's just see how many right sexy moves it takes before it's fixed. Okay, now it's fixed, even though it doesn't look fixed, right? Yellow is facing down, which is what I want, okay? Now remember, in this step, to complete it properly, I need to keep orange on the front, facing me, because the next cube I need to work on is this one back here, okay? If I turn the cube around, this is how most people screw this up, okay? And go to work on this, it's not going to be fixed. Because I started with orange on the front for this step, I need to keep orange on the front. I just need to move this bottom part to put the cube that I want to work on in the action position, which is the bottom right, okay? And now I'm going to do the sexy move again until this yellow is facing down, okay? So let's see how many it takes. 1, 2. And it's fixed, okay? And now I just need to turn this to where the corners match up. And look, all my corners are fixed, and I can flip this back up. See? They were all in the right spot. Now they're all oriented properly with yellow up. Okay? So at the end of this step, you should have solid yellow, and either everything will be solved or you'll have these edge pieces may need to be moved around, okay? So in my case, it's not solved. I have one side that's completely done. Yay me. I might not have any, but in my case I do. And then I have 3 sides that need work, okay? So this is the most common outcome here, okay? So to fix this last part, I'm going to put the side that's solved facing me, okay? If I don't have any side that's solved, it doesn't matter which way I face this. But in this case, if you have a solved side, have it face you, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to do a right sexy move once, a left sexy move once, a right sexy move 5 times, and a left sexy move 5 times, okay? So 1, 1, 5, 5, okay? So 1, 2, 3, oh, I messed up. That's okay. If you mess up, you can always just keep doing the sexy move until your cube is fixed. Okay, back to where it was. That's the nice thing about the sexy move. I'm glad actually that happened just for you guys. If you get in a situation like that, just keep doing the sexy move a certain number of times and it'll be back the way you started at this step. See, so nothing has changed. Okay, so let me try that again. Remember I said 1, 1, 5, 5. I just lost count in my own video. Okay, so 1, and now left sexy move, 1, and now 5 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now left sexy 5 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in my case, I'm done. You might have to do it one more time, but that is literally it. That is how you solve the entire Rubik's Cube with one move. Text me below and let me know if you like the solution.